for the induction of a member of our club, Kitt. Yeah, happy to be here.
Very good. Janet.
Hi there. I'm Janet Stead from the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1, and I am in Georgian Bay, Ontario. Very happy to see everybody here tonight.
Great. Kitty?
Hi, Valerie.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kitty Butchko, and I am an associate member of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. And I've been a member or an associate member for, I think, a year and a half or something like that.
Great. And Kitt and Dieter?
Well, Kitt and Dieter from Margie's club, the Rotary Club of Medicine Hat, and eager to have been part, with your group for some period of time, but it was Paul Fava who is there somewhere who first talked to us about the club, and so we've been following you since 2011. And I really have to let you know that Kyle Cooper, who is here somewhere, there he is. So Kyle, you keep jumping. It's like, what was that TV show where there were, anyway, but Kyle, I really want Kyle to become an associate member of this club because he travels all the time and he's a great Rotarian. And so this is a time to lure him. And Paul, oh, Paul, what do you have on?
Okay, Sharon.
Is Juniper there?
Okay. Sorry.
Paul, is Juniper there?
Hi, Sharon Blaker from Chilliwack, British Columbia.
Okay. And David, our president?
David, President David for another couple of weeks. And I'm in the president of the club and I'm in Cochrane, Alberta.
Tracy.
Stacy, is that?
Tracy.
Thank you so much, Tammy. My name is Tracey Vavrek, and I'm a member of the Grand Prairie After 5 Club, and my home is in Grand Prairie, Alberta. And I'm honored to be here tonight as District Governor with 5370.
Thank you. And Kyle.
Hey guys, I'm from Tennessee. I'm tickled to be here, and it's really neat to see Kitt, continuing to stay involved. And what an amazing organization! It's cool to see all your faces. I don't get to hear so many cultured accents. So disregard me while I'm enamored by your styles.
Oh, that's great. And Valarie.
Oh, hello. I'm Valarie Wafer. Thank you so much for the invitation this evening. I am going to be the Rotary International Director as of July 1st, represent all of Canada and the Eastern Seaboard of the US.
Very good. And Jim.
Hi, Jim Kenyon. I'm in Yukon and originally from Boston, and I've managed to lose that accent, I think, Kyle. Anyway, let me know if I slip.
Very good. Jim Ferguson.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Ferguson, coming to you from Skeleton Lake, Alberta, about 2 hours north of Edmonton. Charter member of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1 and past president. Welcome.
Thank you. Andy, so nice to see you.
Thank you. Andy Adams, member and past president of the Rotary Club of Campbell River. Certainly appreciate the E-Club of Canada. I've done many makeups, and good to see another 5 Campbell River Rotary members on your list. Wire is a former member of our club here, but I do have to say it's happy hour here in the West Coast in Campbell River. So Kyle, there's a Molson Canadian here for you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Janet.
Hi, I'm Janet and Kosh, and I'm from the Campbell Club of Campbell River, and know Andy very well.
Great.
And I'm just visiting this evening, and thank you for the invitation. I'm glad to be here.
Happy to have you. And Ellie?
I was just about to have a snack. I'm Ellie Contreras. I am past district governor and founding president of the Rotary Club of Canada 1. And I currently reside in a very, very rainy Osoyoos, British Columbia.
Oh, wow. How about Vicky?
There we are. I'm Vicky Horsfield. I'm a member of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. I am currently in Guatemala where I run a charitable organization. And I noticed that Dieter had on a mask with the Rotary thing on it, and I wanted to show off mine that I made myself.
There you go.
It's law here in Guatemala that you can't leave your house without a mask.
Wow. Wow. And Ileana.
Well, I'm Ileana Maria.
Oh, kind of cut out there. Ileana is an honorary member of our club, and she lives in the Dominican Republic. Peter.
Hi, I'm Peter Zeewen from the Rotary Club of Edmonton Northeast, coming to you from Edmonton. And I'm going to be here until I have to go to my own board meeting.
Okay, thanks, Peter. Cindy Davis.
Hello, my name is Cindy Davis, and I'm from the Edmonton Gateway Rotary Club, and I'm the president-elect. So I only have a few more minutes of life left.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome. Bill.
Hello there. How are you? I'm from the Canmore Rotary Club, and I'm presently sitting on my screened-in front porch at my summer home just outside Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Very nice.
And I'm the chairman of the International Committee of the Canmore Club, and I sit on the district grants monitoring report monitoring committee. So anybody in district 3360 that has a district grant, you'll probably be hearing from me and my other colleague.
Very good. And Judy.
Hi, Judy Brown, past district governor. I'm a member of RECCO and on the board. I'm currently on a motorcycle trip with, there are four couples, of which every couple are Rotarians. And right now we are at Nakaman Lake in northern Alberta, and just got back from a day of biking. So
okay, good.
Now.
Very nice. And Paul from Paul Favlo.
Soon to be President Tammy. I am Paul. I am in 15 days. I'm going to be the past president of True North Rotary in Yellowknife, which is your old club.
Yes.
And I'm here with Juniper, who we were both present on a balcony in Lisbon at the charter meeting of the E Club. And Juniper's here. Juniper's a big fan of Ellie, so
very good.
We met Kitt and Dieter on a train. So
that's right. Stacy.
Hi, I'm Stacy from Florida. Sorry about the mess up. When I go to land clubs, they call me Tracey a lot, and that's why I responded.
That's all right. Happy to have you tonight. And last but not least, Janet. Oh, that's her other one, right? I think we have everyone now. Are you unmuted there, Janet?
You talking to me?
Janet Stead, yes. Did you introduce yourself?
I did.
Okay, very good. So I have everyone. Did I miss anybody? We're good? Okay, so we have a fairly big agenda tonight, so we're going to jump right into it. And I'm so happy that Andy could join us because we have a number of frequent flyers that attend our weekly meetings as makeups, and Andy is one of our top performers. So there are 3 people that we had invited tonight who do a lot of meetings with us, and I'll share with you who those are. So Andy is definitely one, and we have Lynn Ternosky, who used to be with this club. She was a member and past president. And Michael, she's now with the Passport Club in Ontario. And Michael Thomas from the Stony Plain Rotary Club in this district, and he would be friends with several of our members. So we really appreciate that they choose to come and attend our weekly meetings. So thanks, Andy, for showing up. So I'm going to ask, now I'm going to ask Ellie to start off. We have an induction tonight of a new associate member, and Ellie's going to tell us all about it.
Unmute. Well, it is my pleasure tonight to introduce you to Kitt Brandt. And I must tell you that although I am acting as her sponsor, technically it was Paul Falvo who told Kitt and her husband Dieter about our e-club somewhere on a train before or after a Rotary International convention. It's a nice story, and I'm sure that Kitty will have told some of you. And Kitty is originally from Mississippi, where she was employed as a special populations coordinator. And this too, I'm sure we will learn about it, more about it one day, perhaps when we ask Kitt to do her classification talk. Kitt is very much involved in Rotary. She has served as secretary of the Rotary Club of Hernando, Mississippi, before moving to Canada. She is also somehow involved in the Rotary Club of Markdale, Ontario, and currently an active member of the Rotary Club of Medicine Hat in Alberta, together with her husband Dietrich. Kitt is an Arch Clump Society member, meaning she's a very generous contributor to our Rotary Foundation, and she also supports the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. So we really look forward to getting to know Kitt better and listen to all her stories and her involvement, and hopefully meet Kitt in person one day soon.
Very good. So I'm going to call on David now, our president, to introduce Valarie Wafer.
My fortunate to introduce Valarie. Valarie is the previous franchise owner of 6 Tim Hortons restaurants in the Greater Toronto area. As an employer, her company was a strong advocate for people with disabilities, especially in the area of employment. She continues this advocacy in many aspects of her life, including serving on a local hospital and university board. Joining Rotary in 2005 made a profound impact on Valarie's life, giving her a new viewpoint of the world and how substantial differences happen when we work together. Valarie was the governor of District 7070, which covers the Greater Toronto area, in 2013-14. Now residing in Collingwood, Valarie's home club is the Rotary Club of Collingwood, South Georgian Bay. She's continued to serve at an international level with roles such as international trainer, member of the International Convention Host Committee, Rotary International Presidential Representative, and most recently, she's been elected to serve on the board of Rotary International 2020 to 2022. During her tenure as a Rotarian, Valarie has participated and led many initiatives, including vocational training team leader to Australia in 2010, focus on youth mental health, National Immunization Day in India in 2012, and has traveled to Kenya and Tanzania to audit long-term Rotary Foundation grant activities. Valarie and her husband of 33 years, Mark, are Paul Harris Fellows, Bequest Society members, and major donors to the Rotary Foundation. And please join me in welcoming Valarie Wafer to our meeting this evening.
Very good.
And thank you so much for that introduction, David. And again, thank you for the invitation to join you tonight. I just got off of a Zoom meeting for an induction of a brand new club. So here we are inducting not so much a new member, somebody who's very familiar to Rotary, but it's my absolute pleasure to be with you tonight to induct Kitt to the Rotary Club of E-Club of Rotary One Canada as an associate member. It is definitely a time for celebration when we induct a new member, and certainly tonight it is a very special event. Kitt, this club signals a confidence in you as a leader among leaders, and your fellow members will look to you as a trusted colleague. As we know, Rotary is not a political organization, but all Rotarians are vitally concerned with everything pertaining to good citizenship and the election of good men and women to public office. We also know that Rotary is not a charitable organization, yet its activities exemplify the charity and the sacrifices that one should expect from people who believe they have a responsibility to help others. And Rotary is not a religious organization, but it is built on those eternal principles that have served as our moral compass for people throughout the ages. So being in Rotary puts you in a unique group of worldwide leaders. So Kitt, you have been approved for membership of the Board of Directors of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1, and we are delighted to welcome you officially to this club in Rotary. On behalf of Mark Maloney, Rotary International President, District Governor Tracey Vavrek, and the Board of Directors of the Rotary Club of RECCO, it gives me great pleasure to induct you as a new member.
Oh, thank you so much. We're all muted, but welcome to Kitt.
Here we go.
Kitt, did you want to say just a couple of words before we move on?
It's called Thank You.
Okay, very good. We'll hear from you. I know we'll have a classification chat at one of our upcoming assemblies. So thank you very much. We appreciate having you. Okay, David.
I'm muzzled until the celebration.
Yeah, that's right. David, it's back to you.
My pleasure again to introduce District Governor Tracey Vavrek. Tracey joined Rotary in 2006, having been a past president of the Rotary Club of Grand Prairie, Sunrise, and currently an active member of the Grand Prairie After 5 Club. She currently serves as the 2019-20 District Governor for District 5370, not only promoting community involvement, volunteerism, and service above self, but truly living it. In 2012, she was fortunate to be one of the drivers for the Highway to Mexico project, driving buses from northern Alberta to buses, emergency vehicles, and firefighting equipment to Mazatlan, Mexico, a life-changing experience, according to her. More recently, Tracey and Vince participated in Project Domingo in central Mexico in support of increasing literacy and educational opportunities for interstate youth at risk. Tracey served as CEO of the Community Foundation of Northwestern Alberta for over 19 years. Active volunteer, she sits on various boards, committees, and associations working to build healthy and resilient communities. Tracey believes in philanthropy plays a significant role in strengthening communities. Her leadership skills and continued personal and professional development make her a key community builder, providing support and guidance to organizations in need. Please join me in welcoming District Governor Tracey to our meeting this evening.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, David. It's wonderful to see you this evening, and it is a pleasure, absolute pleasure to come on and spend some time with you and fellow Rotarians and beautiful guests and District Governor-elect as well, Valarie. So again, thank you for the invitation. It is an absolute honor and pleasure tonight to come together and to celebrate those of perfect attendance from your club. As you know, Rotary International lowered the requirements for attendance of meetings by 50%. This requirement to be at meetings only half of the time even accounts for the increased availability to do makeups and other opportunities with other clubs, either online or in service. And all of us have our own personal opinion about the new attendance requirements. And I believe, though, that it gives us the opportunity to come together for Rotary meetings, events, and other opportunities to share in service and in fellowship. And what this allows for us to do is to come together more often. And it connects us, it connects each of us at a deeper level as friends and in fellowship. And when we come together, we have the opportunity to share ideas, we start planning, we look for special initiatives, and we also venture into service projects. But again, most importantly, what we do is we develop lifelong friendships, and those friendships last as we carry forward in our Rotary world and beyond. Tonight, it is my absolute pleasure on behalf of Rotary International President Mark Maloney, District-elect, Rotary International Director-elect Valarie Wafer, District Governor-elect Jim Ferguson, and your fellow Rotarians to humbly acknowledge and present perfect attendance certificates to 9 caring and passionate Rotarians for their dedication and for their loyalty. So I'd like to share with you this evening that 100% attendance is going to perfect attendance to Sharon Blaker. And Sharon, congratulations. You joined Rotary in 2005 and joined your club in 2016. And it is an absolute honor as well to note past District Governor Ellie Contreras as well. Again, perfect attendance. Ellie, you joined Rotary in 1996 and a founding charter member of the E-Club. Congratulations. Jean-Michel Crepin as well joined Rotary in 2012 and became a charter member in 2013 of your club. Keith Evans joined Rotary in 2008 and a member of your club in 2017. Dear friend Jim Ferguson, District Governor-elect, joined Rotary in 2005 and as well a charter member of this beautiful club. Vicki Horsfield. Vicki, you joined Rotary in 2005 and joined as a charter member of this club in 2013. Or pardon me, 2015, I apologize. Tammy, the wonderful Tammy who's leading us this evening, Tammy Watt, you joined Rotary in 1993, and I hear tonight you have a beautiful Rotary story and joined as a charter member in 2013 as well, the formation of this club. And David Warrett. David, it is an honor to see you this evening. I'm going to be in Cochrane coming up in a couple weeks. I will look for a coffee time with you. You joined Rotary in 1993 and as well a charter member of this club as well. I present to you 155 years of service from these beautiful members. And I also wish to acknowledge as well that Katie, you are joining this club this evening, but also as well, you demonstrate perfect attendance to Rotary. So on behalf of your Rotary family, we thank you for your dedication, your commitment, and your passion to make change and to help others in the world. Thank you.
Thanks, Tracey. I'm just going to note that I had inadvertently missed one name on the list earlier today, and that's our own Judy Brown, who is been a long-time Rotarian, past district governor as well, who lives in Pigeon Lake. I think it's Pigeon Lake, Judy, is what it's called. And also our Kitty Buchko is our associate member. So now we're going to have Kitty and Kitt. So that should be fun too. So thank you so much. Okay,
Tammy,
Tracey. Yes.
Thank you for and I'd also like to acknowledge that Judy is also a past district governor and was the first female governor of District 5370.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes.
Very good. I'll pull up the PowerPoint here.
Wonderful.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yay, Jim.
Well, it is an absolute pleasure to be able to continue to share special moments with each of you this evening and to welcome District Governor-elect Jim Ferguson to District 5370 as governor for 2020-21. Jim, thank you. We want to share a little bit about you first this evening before we get started. You know, as I mentioned just a few moments ago, Jim joined Rotary in 2005. And as many of you know, as a pharmacist, he looked for ways to get him to be involved with his community. And so he joined the Stony Plain Rotary Club in 2005 as a way to help to give back, and immediately stepped forward, was involved in many projects for the Stony Plain area and community and Rotary. When the idea of creating an E-Club was being discussed, Jim, you also moved forward and said, you know what, this is something that would work for me. I'm in the midst of moving, building my home in Skeleton Lake, and this is an opportunity. And you took the lead to be a charter member as well of the E-Club. In addition, You've also demonstrated your commitment to Rotary, not only at the club level of your club, but also as well at the district level, as you held also an area governor position prior to your nomination as district governor for 2020-2021. Next, please. So when David did my introduction earlier, he mentioned Project Amigo, and that was an opportunity to share a special time together with Jim and Jocelyn and all of our past district governors that were able to attend from District 5370. And we ventured off to Mexico to spend time together, to nurture together, to get to know each other, and also to work hard in support of the communities in Mexico. And we thank you, Jim, for that time. Vince and I developed a very dear friendship and a bond as we spent time together in our home, but also time together in serving the beautiful people in Mexico. And I'm honored, very honored, that we were able to share our home together and to share that journey together. And you rocked it. I got pictures of you doing some amazing things there. It's fabulous. Next, please. So as we know, Jim has this beautiful home in Skeleton Lake, and he shares his home and his life journey with his best friend, his life partner, Jocelyn. And Jocelyn continues to stand by him step by step and to continue to share the gift of Rotary, the gift of life, the gift of parenting, but also as well of the gift of being grandparents together. Now, I love when I get to see those pictures of Theo pop up on Facebook, because I feel like I'm sharing the journey of watching Theo grow up with you. You know, we hear many times about Romeo the cat, and Romeo continues to visit us at every meeting that we attend. But I have to say, Jim, I still think Romeo should be named Garfield. I'm just saying, that's it. Next, please. So, Jim, as you go forward, we know that you've done some amazing things through Rotary. You've demonstrated your leadership. You're also venturing forward on a new journey. You're venturing forward on a journey as a district governor and as a leader. Well, this past year, we have traveled the governor journey together, and this has provided you and I with the opportunity to dream, to share, and to dive deep into Rotary together. I am honored and excited for you to step into the district governor role July 1st. As you prepare, please remind yourself that we have all had stage fright for the last week prior to taking on this role. I do share that with you openly. And when you think you want to pick up that phone to let someone know you're going to just maybe step back and you don't want to, you know, maybe not up to doing this, well, I share with you, you have this. And yes, you will do an amazing job as leading this district into the next phase of the pandemic. Plus, you are fortunate to be part of Valerie's and Holger's team in shaping the future of Rotary. Throughout your journey, you will hear, well, we've always done it this way. And as you know, I'm going to challenge you and continue to encourage you to challenge this tone and demonstrate how we are all pivoting right now and we're reshaping Rotary. I leave you with thoughts that were given to me when I took on my role as a trainer. Or pardon me, when I took on my role, and it was some thoughts that were given to me by one of my trainers. One, Rotary is filled with dedicated and passionate people, and wherever you go throughout the district and around the world, you will develop lifelong friends. And Jim, number two, no one will remember if you increase the membership by 50 or how many dollars were donated to the foundation during your term. But everyone will remember and engage with you and help you and walk with you. They'll remember how you made them feel. And as you prepare for July 1st, hold in your heart your care, your kindness for yourself, and your care and kindness for your team. And I, as well as your team, are walking with you and are leading you to new heights. And as we know, Rotary's opens opportunities, and we will do this together. So congratulations, District Governor-elect Jim Ferguson. I am proud to call you my friend. I am proud for your journey ahead of you. and I follow with you step by step with you together. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Tracey, for your kind words, and welcome to the E Club of Canada 1, Valarie and Tracey. So way back in the fall of 2012, I was worried that I'd have to leave Rotary altogether because of the extensive traveling that Jocelyn and I had been doing. I wasn't able to make many meetings at the Rotary Club of Stony Plain, and my attendance was falling. I didn't feel it was right to belong to a Rotary Club when I wasn't around to help out. A good friend of mine, past District Governor Ellie Contreras, asked me to check out a new club concept that she was working on, the E Club of Canada, as it was known at that time. I thought, well, why not give it a shot? So I attended my first ever organizational E-Club go-to meeting online, which I found a little bit strange, as I didn't know very many people attending, pretty well just Ellie. So she nominated me for vice president that night, and I was fumbling around trying to figure out how to use the controls, find the microphone and respond to her. I ended up as the vice president. So baptism by fire. The E-Club offers flexibility in meeting structure and membership with the current addition of associate members, and welcome Kitt, such as Kitty Butchko, who's been fantastic in creating and posting our weekly meetings. Over the years, we've had members come and go as they've tried the online Rotary concept and found that they preferred the Terra Club structure. But we've developed a core group of dedicated E-Club Rotarians who've only strengthened the club. We've also seen the amount of Rotary E-Clubs in the world increase dramatically, and they now sit at over 300 E-Clubs. I even had the opportunity to meet a few fellow E-Club DGEs in San Diego at the International Assembly, so we're being ingrained into the fabric of Rotary. Early on, we developed a community service project, the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and secured the distribution rights for the High Arctic, the Beaufort Sea area. One of our past presidents, Lynn Ternosky, even flew from Ontario up to Tuktoyaktuk to see our first DPIL site at the local school. Really, the hallmark of a good Rotary Club is the service that they provide at home and overseas. Our E-Club has contributed not only to the DPIL, but Alliance for Smiles and Polio Now, creating opportunities for Guatemalans, and many more service projects over the years. As an incoming DG whose home club is an E-Club, I'm more than used to meeting and conducting business online as it's been more than 7 years that we've been in existence. Our district is pivoting, changing and modifying, and District Governor Tracey is leading the way on all fronts. I've been blessed to call her a friend and know her personally. She's a dynamic leader and a dynamic person. Our district is also strengthened by our District Governor nominee, Donna Barrett, and our incoming District Governor nominee designate, John Nickel. We have a great district team of chairs and board members, and will continue to do the great work for many years to come. Going forward, more innovative club models are being developed in our district, and we're reshaping our governance structure, and we're ready to provide further support to our district clubs. The district clubs are the ones that really do the good work of Rotary. Again, welcome to our E-Club, Valarie and Tracey, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to visit with us. Over to you, President David.
Okay, thank you, Jim. I'm actually going to call on Valarie next.
So I'm absolutely privileged again to be with you to install the officers and committee chairs to the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. So Tammy, there we go. So President Tammy Waugh, past President David Werrett, President-elect Keith Evans, Treasurer Jean-Michel Crepin, I should have read this ahead of time, I apologize, Secretary Tammy Waugh, and Directors Sharon Blaker, Judy Brown, Jim Kenyon, and Janet Stead. Committee chairs for 2021, Program and Administration Chair, Kitty Busco, Foundation Chair, Ellie Contreras, Membership Committee Chair, Sharon Blaker, Project Service Chair, Jim Kenyon, DPIL Chair, Janet Stead, and Young Leaders Chair. They're looking for somebody.
Yes.
It's a want ad.
We do. Wanted.
Wanted. So each of your positions are vital to the well-being of your club, and you each have a very important role to play and are critical to the club leadership team. You're the vital link as the chairs of your committee and the officers to the members of your club. President Tammy has been nominated to lead your club as Rotary opens opportunities, and so your primary role then is to assist her in this endeavor. As the incoming General Officer of Rotary International and a member of its Board of Directors, I hereby officially install you as the Board of Directors of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1 in District 5370. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Great. Okay, so our presentation tonight is from Valarie, and we're really looking forward to hearing her words of wisdom, and really appreciate that you were able to join us. And I should also acknowledge we had another person join us in the midst of all this, who's also a frequent visitor with our club, and that's Nasberto Lu. He's in Guatemala as well. So thank you, and it's all yours. The floor is yours, Valarie.
Thank you again. So I thought I would take the time that I'm with you this evening to speak about who we are in Rotary, the pace of change in Rotary, and what will never change in Rotary. And perhaps how the adversity of COVID-19 has created an opportunity for all of us. So what won't change? What will never change? And that's our core values: fellowship, integrity, diversity, service, and leadership. Our core values are as important today as they were in 1905, and their importance will not change. Our history has given us the reputation and framework of our values and our four-way test. What does change is the strategies, tactics, and framework that will allow us to pivot and be nimble during this pandemic. So our core values, let's start with fellowship, which is friendship, fellowship. And we know that this is one of the pillars to our organization and our clubs. It has been really tough not being able to greet each other as we normally do, because we're social people who like to hug. And I think that's the reason we've been able to pivot to an online platform. Now, this may not be so relevant to you as you meet online, but the rest of the Rotary world has been able to pivot to an online platform because we need each other, and Rotaract and Rotary needs us. So I've seen some amazing support to our members. And again, you may find this funny because, as District Governor-elect Jim said, I think when he started out, he couldn't find the mute button and et cetera. It's a learned behavior. But I've seen some amazing things happening on some of the meetings I've participated in. Perhaps some of the people who did not want to embrace technology or understand technology now really have no choice. I was on a meeting last week where a man in his 90s was instructing a fellow member, much younger than him, on how to log into his weekly club meeting. And 2 minutes later, there he was. And this gentleman was very proud of himself. And I couldn't help but think, he taught himself to stay connected, because we need to meet, we need to laugh, and we need to support and celebrate, just like we are here today with the induction of a member and the installation of your board. And for grandparents who never embraced technology or change before, now it's their lifeline to their grandchildren. And all of a sudden, change doesn't seem so difficult now in life. And maybe it won't be so difficult in our Rotary clubs as well. We're having social events and dinners, and you can appreciate that my calendar is filled with changeover celebrations that I'll have the privilege, like tonight, to attend in the next week, leading right up to probably 9 o'clock on June the 30th as we roll in our new Rotary year. It's important to celebrate our accomplishments, and it's important to have our fellow Rotarians by our side, and this will never change. In fact, in April, we had our board meeting online, and we had a presentation about how membership is affected by worldwide events. And I didn't realize, I don't think the rest of the board did either, that we have a PhD statistician on staff working at Rotary International. And he took the time to plot our membership numbers from the time Rotary began against global events, such as the Great Depression, World War II, the energy crisis, the financial crisis, including the 2008 recession. And it was astounding to see what the findings were, because what it showed was that during a worldwide crisis and the immediate years following that crisis, our membership decreases by a very small percentage. It didn't take me long to work out and perhaps suggest it's because the world needs Rotary and the camaraderie and the fellowship as support. Because we're building lasting relationships that carry us through times like this and create a special and strong bond. And when our world opens up, we will celebrate. We will celebrate our accomplishments. We'll celebrate our decisions. We'll celebrate our language and our actions. And it is going to be a very special day. So let's move on to integrity. Integrity is a personal quality of fairness that we all aspire to. And in Rotary, we've surrounded ourselves with honest people. We respect our fellow Rotarians, and we stay focused on our commitments, like our promise to the children of the world that no child will be paralyzed by polio. We will see the end of this dreaded disease. Integrity, our four-way test. Through this pandemic, and especially in the early days, I remember waking up every day to disturbing facts and the fear of the unknown. It's understood that we will make mistakes. And this is true almost every day in our life, in our business, in our family, and in Rotary. But we as Rotarians have the guiding principle of our truth statement, the four-way test. And we can only make the best decision in the moment, knowing that is fair to all concerned. C.S. Lewis once said, "Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is looking." Well said. Our next core value is diversity. And we're all diverse in an obvious way, as our organization represents over 200 global countries. But are we inclusive? I'm quite often known to say, because I do a lot of work in the diversity world, that diversity is the word, but inclusion is the action. We are not a political organization, but it's very difficult to turn a blind eye to the racism, to the many underrepresented demographics that we see on the news every day. But where there is tragedy, there also comes opportunity for change. We're seeing movements. We're seeing the next generation seeking and demanding change in a peaceful and impactful way. I was very proud of Rotary International to release their statement on social media on racism. The statement recognized the issue, states that we can all do better, that we stand for peace and justice, and that we will listen and contribute to positive change. And we must listen at the club and district level as well, because our diversity and equity statement aren't words to print, put up on the wall. We must live it. And now service. There was a recent survey taken asking current Rotarians what the top 3 reasons they're in Rotary, and they answered local service, connect with others, and friendship and fellowship. When the same question was asked of potential members, their answer was local service, global service, and personal growth and learning. So herein lies the opportunity for us during this pandemic. Both current and potential Rotarians who responded to the survey chose local service as their #1 driver to Rotary. And we already know this because many of our clubs have substituted meeting for hands-on and service project. In fact, the club that we installed today in Zone 32 is a passport club with a specific focus on community service. The pandemic has shown us more than ever that our local and regional communities need us, because we are already seeing a loss of small and medium-sized businesses. These businesses are the drivers of our economy and our local communities. And we need to reach out to those who have always supported us in our fundraisers or as our donors. It's time for us to support them. It's what we do as Rotarians. Not to mention that many of those small and medium business owners are our fellow members. We must take care of our towns, cities, and members. And we need to take a look, perhaps through a new lens that this pandemic has given us, and ask ourselves and other key stakeholders, what does my town need today? What will my town look like tomorrow? And how can we help? Service, support, and respect will lead to membership in the future. You know, I quite often get asked about public image grants and if Rotary International is going to bring them back to help us identify ourselves in our community. But I would suggest that the time is now for us to roll up our sleeves and get out when you can and how you can. Because public image begins at the grassroots, with the clubs focusing on the specific needs of their community. And this is the best public relations a club or district can receive. Recognition that in times of crisis, we stepped up and made a difference. And finally, our last core value is leadership. You know, we quite often speak of change in Rotary, not always in a positive way, but more often the slow pace that frustrates many of us. And we have a silver lining in this pandemic, and that's not to take away from the loss. Where we are today would have taken us 5 years to get, given our past acceptance of change or non-acceptance to change, it would have taken us 5 years to get where we are in 4 short months. Now I joke when I say 4 short months because it feels like it's been years, so I get it. But it makes it even more impactful when you think of how we have embraced change, gone online with many of our clubs, not gone dark, and continued the good work of Rotary. We can't go back. We've pushed the go button. We need to embrace the things that we did well, but look at Rotary through a new lens. And I think we're ready. We have been preparing in incremental steps. From the Council on Legislation 2016, when we spoke about the flexibility given to our clubs. There's also great discussion and committee work being done at the Rotary International Board level to look at the overall governance structure. In North America, we are focused on Grow Rotary through new, innovative club models. And we recognize that in North America, we will only grow by using innovative new club models. I was on a call a couple weeks ago with CEO, General Secretary John Hugo, and he used an expression that resonated with me. He said, "We were built for this." Now, we were talking about change. We were talking about all the things I'm speaking with you tonight. And John was the key presenter, and he said, "We were built for this." And I believe we're ready. I will tell you and share with you that when I decided to put my name forward for nomination as a Rotary International Director, I did so because I believe in change. I saw that our organization was moving forward and I wanted to be part of it. Little did I realize the tsunami of change we're facing, but we are poised and we are ready to make systematic, sustainable change. And I believe this crisis' silver lining is that this change may have been controversial to some, maybe even radical last year. Today, it is being embraced and it will be supported in the coming years. I truly believe we will be a stronger, more relevant organization on the other side of this pandemic, and the world will look to Rotary to continue to do good in the world. We are people of action, and we are ready. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Valarie. David?
Yes, Secretary Tammy. Thank you very much. On behalf of the club, one of my final duties as president is to thank our 2 distinguished guests, RI Director Valarie Wafer and District Governor Tracey Vavrek. We appreciate them taking time out of their busy schedules to be with us this evening. An induction ceremony is such an important part of Rotary, and your presence, RI Director Valarie, makes it an especially memorable occasion for the inductee and for those present. Thank you again for taking time to perform the induction and the installation of officers. The last 2 months, or 2 or 3 months have been a difficult time for all, and has changed our lives. Many clubs have had to turn to Zoom to meet other members. We are fortunate that all our members are well versed in the use of Zoom and other electronic means of communication. And we look forward to the upcoming year with the challenges that it may bring. As District Governor Tracey referred to in her message, in her talk about Jim and the challenges. District Governor Tracey, as your year comes to a close, we thank you for taking time to recognize our incoming officers who will lead the club through these challenges of the next Rotary year. Thank you both again for your dedication to Rotary. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, David. It's a pleasure. And I just want to tell you our next fellowship assembly will be on the 21st of July, and we'll get lots of notice out for that as well. We have another good program lining up. So it's really nice to have all of you. I'd really like to acknowledge, I think he's left us. Your friend Kyle, has he gone? I don't see him on the screen. Kitt's friend from, oh, there he is, Kyle. And he's a Rotarian as well. So very special for Kitt for him to show up tonight. And also wanted to mention, some of you met Ileana. And this past year, our president, Peter Denoy, we've honored him, and he passed away in January after a brief illness. And so Ileana's become an honorary member because she's been such a support to this club through Peter, and she's really been showing up at a lot of our functions, and we really appreciate that. And it gives us a nice warm feeling in our hearts when we see you on the screen, Ileana, because it makes us feel as if Peter's still with us. So thank you everyone for coming. We're going to just, whoever has to leave, we understand it. We had a lot on the agenda tonight. I know Tracey has to run, but if you'd like to stick around for a few minutes in fellowship, please feel free.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Okay,
Thanks,
have a great
Tracey.
night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Okay.
So, Patty,
yes?
as a fellowship, this came up one other time. For the people who are fellowship of wine fellowships, this is the very cool pin that you'll get with a corkscrew.
Oh.
And it's a mere $100 for a lifetime of wearing it. Just a thought, don't worry about it.
That's all the wine you can drink.
Yes, right.
Time.
I didn't know there was a fellowship of wine drinkers.
Oh, yes.
Exactly.
How do I join?
Go to fellowship, go to Rotary and look up Fellowship of Wine, or Wine Fellowship.
That's a new one on me too. I didn't know it existed.
Well,
Well,
Judy,
you're how,
let me join you, Judy.
Thank you.
You hear how Dietrich saved my life on the train?
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. No, but the other one, you saved his life, Paul.
I was on the I was in the bar car of the
Yeah.
Amtrak train heading to New Orleans for the International Convention. It was a very bumpy section of track, and Dietrich, quick thinking, immediately perceived the danger, and he saw what trouble I could be in, and he leaped across the bar car, body onto me to save me from the